welcome not to my tasting kitchen but to my baking kitchen. I've got my ingredients down here, I've got my mixing bowl right here, and I've got my recipe on my laptop right here. Today I'm going to make gingerbread dough so that throughout the rest of this week we can make gingerbread biscuits and a gingerbread house. I've already measured out and done some of the steps, but I'll talk you through them. So first of all, the first step was to put half of the flour in a food processor with the butter and then whiz until you can't see any of the clumps remaining. You can also do this by hand if you choose. And so I have done that. This has just over half the amount of flour I'm meant to use as well as all of the butter. So you need 300 grams of butter and 1 kilogram of flour, and then obviously half of the 1 kilogram of flour. And then the other half remains in your bowl here. So I've gone ahead and I've blended that. And then the next step to do is you tip this mixture into the bowl with the rest of the flour. Then you also put in the spices and the bicarbonate of soda. So in here I have 1 tablespoon of bicarbonate soda, 2 tablespoons of ground ginger and 2 tablespoons of ground mixed spices. And they're just going to go there. Oh, there was also a pinch of salt in there as well. So that goes into the bowl, and then we stir in the sugar. So let me go get a spoon. Better yet, we'll use a spatula. So then we stir in the sugar. So in here we have 450 grams of light, soft brown sugar. So just mix them together for a second. So mix the flour spices all together. Make sure you don't leave any flour at the bottom. Okay, so they are all mixed in, and then we stir in the sugar. So half the spoon. And then the other half of the sugar. This whole mixture is going to be for the gingerbread houses. When I go to make gingerbread biscuits, I'm going to use the same recipe but just use half of it because this is quite a big amount of recipe. And if we've already got a gingerbread house to eat, I don't think we need too many biscuits to eat. Okay, now we have to whisk 3 eggs, 3 large eggs with 225 grams of golden syrup, or as I've worked it out using the side of this bottle, 9 tablespoons of golden syrup. Let me get a whisk. I've got a whisk, I've got a bowl, I've got my golden syrup, eggs. Anybody else crack their eggs just on the countertop? 2. Okay, hands cleaned, table cleaned. Now to do the golden syrup. So I've got 3 eggs in a bowl, and then we need 9 tablespoons of golden syrup. This could take a while. So I have whisked together my 3 egg whites with the golden syrup. I don't know if it's meant to look like that, but that's what it looks like. Kind of. Anyway. Now it says, using a wooden spoon, stir this mixture into the flour mixture. I think I'm going to do a little bit at a time. Maybe I should have got the mixer out. This is hard work. So I have mixed together the egg and golden syrup mixture with the flour mixture, and now it says I need to use my hand to knead together into a smooth dough. However, this is a very sticky dough. Will this smooth out? I don't know. May I need to add more flour? Maybe. Would that compromise the mixture far too much? Probably. Right, so I added the tiniest bit of flour and it seems to be making a little bit of a difference, so I'm going to add a tiny bit more. I don't want to put too much in because I know that will ruin the structure of the mixture, but just with how sticky it is at the moment, I don't think it's going to combine into a smooth dough. There is a possibility that I put a little bit too less flour in maybe when I did my conversion. I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to keep adding flour gradually and kneading it until it forms a smooth rollable out dough, because this ain't rollable outable. So after gradually adding flour and kneading, I now have something that looks like this. It's still a little bit sticky and not completely smooth, but that could be because the butter might be melting in it. So I'm going to stick it in the fridge and let it harden a little bit. And while that's happening, I'm going to clean up the other workstation, measure out all the ingredients for my batch of dough for biscuits, and then we can get to rolling this out and baking this dough so that we can build our gingerbread house tomorrow. So I'm going to get on with that, and I'll come back once the dough is rolled out and I've got all my pieces cut out. So I tidied up that corner and I made the dough for biscuits, which I'll bake tomorrow. And now I'm rolling out the dough for the gingerbread house. I've rolled out 3 of the pieces so far, and it says to put them in the oven at 200 degrees for 8 to 12 minutes and then leave them for 3 to 5 minutes to cool. But also says to only put 1 tray in at a time so it can cook evenly. So I'm going to put this tray in while I finish rolling some stuff out. And you roll everything out to the thickness of 2 £1 coins, which I'm hoping this is. I've kind of roughly done that, I hope. And we'll see what happens. Also, accidentally put in less bicarbonate of soda than I was meant to. So it's meant to be 1 tablespoon. I accidentally put in 1 teaspoon. So then I've kind of sprinkled and kneaded in some more. So this could turn really bad really fast, but we'll find out. So I have finished all of the baking, and this is what we have. More pieces than I know what to do with. The recipe said that this was enough mixture to make 1 gingerbread house. I have enough to make 2 gingerbread houses, and I even managed to make several of these biscuits, although we have now eaten some. One of the things you have to do after they come out of the oven is leave them for 3 to 5 minutes to cool slightly, and then you've got to trim the edges off. So put your template back over and then trim around the template just to make sure that the mixture hasn't spread out too much and that everything's going to fit nicely, and then just leave them to cool. I'm going to build them tomorrow, and the spare pieces I think I'm going to give away to a family that I know that has young children that will probably really enjoy making a gingerbread house. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make the dough. My shoulder now hurts, and I'm going to finish editing this video, and then I'll see you tomorrow where we will construct our gingerbread house and hope it doesn't fall apart. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!